Did y'all see this story about what happened in San Francisco?
One person was injured in a string of sideshows across the Bay Area overnight. One of them brought traffic to a standstill on the Bay Bridge. KTVU's Tori Gaines reports.
It's a familiar sight for many people across the Bay Area. Cars spinning at high speeds as onlookers cheer and try to avoid getting hit. Sideshows swept across at least 4 cities Saturday night, starting on the peninsula. Here's what was captured on video. The string of incidents started around 11 p.m. in Menlo Park. Dozens of spectators could be seen nearby as vehicles did donuts in the intersection. Next came the Stanford area, where the sideshow lasted around 15 minutes at the corner of Coyote Hill Road and Page Mill Road. Lasers can be seen aimed across the spinning cars as smoke billows up from the tires. Mountain View was next up, where a group gathered at Middlefield Road and Bernardo Avenue. Video shows several spectators leaping out of the way of cars doing spins at high speed, highlighting how dangerous these sideshows can be. Police confirmed to KTVU that a 20-year-old woman from Pittsburgh suffered a broken ankle after being struck by a car in that sideshow. 2 sideshows also took place in Oakland, one on 42nd and International Boulevard, not far from the Spartan Final, around 2 a.m. Tons of fireworks could be seen popping off in that area. Oakland police confirmed that at least 100 vehicles and dozens of spectators were at that sideshow. OPD arrived on scene and dispersed the crowd, but police are still investigating.
Apparently that's a thing, to hold up traffic and do donuts in the streets, which has always been a thing, but I didn't think it would go this deep.
But the big activity took place in the middle of the Bay Bridge around 3:15 a.m. Video shows hundreds of people gathered on the bridge as vehicles spin in circles. The bridge was blocked for nearly 20 minutes by the crowds, bringing traffic to a dead stop.
4 people were detained, 2 of which were arrested and 2 of which were cited for aiding and abetting in a sideshow. 2 of the people that were detained were determined to be juveniles.
It's unclear at this time if the sideshows were made up of the same crowds or if different groups showed up to each site.
The evening or early morning hours, especially on a weekend, can make it difficult to respond, as the officers are typically engaged in other enforcement activities, typically DUI investigations or arrests. The ability to respond in an expedient manner obviously can be delayed when they do block all the lanes of traffic.
I understand people like drag racing and all that stuff. It's a little dangerous, not my cup of tea. But when it gets to a point where you're literally blocking off the street and individuals who are trying to cross over a public highway, a bridge, a public street, and when they try to do that, you assault them, snatch them out the car, beat them, take their car, do donuts with it. And you know what? None of these people will get arrested. Why? Well, it's because they're criminals. And in America, see, criminals don't actually get arrested. And if they do, they get released with no bond. See, in America, the only people who get arrested are law-abiding citizens. They pay taxes. That's why you can have individuals coming from across the border who beat up National Guard with weapons in their hands. They were released immediately. And you can take a situation like what happened at the Capitol on January 6th, where old women walked into the Capitol and walked right out and are now facing prison time. Matter of fact, some of these individuals have still been incarcerated without even seeing a court date. So, yeah, commit crime, get off scot-free, exercise your constitutional right, you're going to jail. And that's why we have situations like this, where individuals can do what they want and go home, and take individuals like in New York who had people squatting in their homes, burning it down, and they're left with nothing, and the squatters can just go on to do whatever they want to. This can't keep going on like this. Pretty soon, the American people are going to get fed up and understand that apparently there's no government, and apparently there's no police force, and apparently there's nobody who's going to actually enforce the law. So might as well protect my own family. But that's all I have for you today. I'm your host, TJ Evans, with another installment of the TJ Evans Show. Y'all, do the YouTube and Rumble thing. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Do you think that I'm over-exaggerating and crime really isn't that bad? Or do you see with your own 2 eyes what's being talked about on your own local news channel, in national news, just in the headlines you see on social media, doesn't it seem like it's getting a little wild out here? Even I bet in your own neighborhood, crime has went up. I bet you know at least one person or maybe two who's had their car broken into in broad daylight. Y'all remember, don't take my word for gold. Y'all do your own research. Y'all stay safe, stay prayed up. Peace.